Hey guys, this is Catch the Waves with Afia here at Foritech Online TV. And if you haven't subscribed on our channel, please make sure that you do subscribe and of course click on the notification button so you never miss out on any content that we upload. And also please know that Foritech Online TV is proudly sponsored by Foritech IT Solutions. And this time around, as I have promised you guys on the line, I have Melanie Fonseca, who is a psychological counselor. And we know that this is the month of May, but we just want to still talk about the mental health awarenesses that are what is this word, that are recognized in April. And today we're going to be actually talking about stress awareness. April also recognizes Stress Awareness Month to bring attention to the negative impact of stress. So as I said, I would like to welcome Melanie. How are you?
Hi, thank you so much. I am doing well, and how are you doing?
Well, I'm okay. I'm so glad that today we're going to be talking about stress,
Yes.
in conjunction with the Stress Awareness Month, which is last month in April. But we felt like we should
Mm-hmm.
still, give our viewers, give people out there an insight of all that. So that is what me and Iman are going to be discussing about. She's actually going to give us a full insight, about stress and stress
Mm-hmm.
related matters. So I think we're ready to go now. I think we would all like her to just explain to us what is stress.
Yes. Okay. Now, one thing I must say before I begin is stress is part of our day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
Stress is just there. It is literally just there. But the way we react, the way we manage it is what really, really will have an impact in our lives. Otherwise, stress is just there. So stress is a state of worry or mental tension caused by a difficult situation. So anytime you come across a difficult situation or you're in a difficult situation, you hear about a difficult situation, it just stresses you out. So that's what stress is, and how we react to that. And when we feel this pressure and when we are in the difficult situation,
Mm-hmm.
is just what affects us the most.
Mm. Okay. So, I was actually even reading an article, that, okay, not all stress is bad. Sometimes it can be helpful. Is that actually true?
That is very, very true. That's 100% true, because stress is it's a natural human response. So
Okay.
it helps us, yeah, it helps us address the challenges we face and the threats in our lives, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So stress is needed. However, there is a certain amount of stress you need to get things done. For
Mm.
example, if I have an exam coming up and I need to be stressed enough to know that I've got to study for the exam
To
in order to pass the exam.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's where stress is then. It's a natural human response. However, I must highlight again that the way we react to it and the way we feel when we are under that pressure and we feel threatened and how we manage it is what affects us the most. Yeah.
Okay. So now, you always say that you are also a mental health advocate. Why do you think the
Mhm.
awareness of stress is important?
Okay. What happens when we have mental health issues is it means that our day-to-day functioning is on a zero. It's on a very low level.
Mm,
So that's the thing with stress.
mm,
Once it starts affecting your day-to-day functioning, that's when it is affecting your mental health. So we need to be aware of how we can manage all of the stress, how we can use stress for a good purpose. We need to be aware of that. We need to know what to do, when to do it, and how to just keep afloat and keep functioning, because stress is going to be there. It's just there. It's natural for stress to be there. But how we react to it, that's the part. And we need to learn. So that's where the awareness is now important, because it teaches us how to manage the stress, teaches us what to do, how to cope with the stress and all of that.
Okay. I hope people are going to learn something here, because at times I think we beat ourselves up, when you're stressed, and then you become more stressed. You become stressed because you are now stressed.
Exactly.
So I'm so glad that you just had to, break it down very properly for us to understand. But now, Melanie, what really causes stress?
Fun fact, everything. That's a fun fact. Everything causes stress. Like your work, your finances, your relationships, parenting for those who are parents, schooling for those who are students.
Yeah.
It's just day-to-day inconveniences. Like, it's difficult situations cause stress. So it's everything that you'll find yourself. Whenever you find yourself in a difficult situation, you are prone to get stressed.
I loved what you said when you said it's just the day-to-day inconveniences. Yeah, the day-to-day.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't even know what to ask. Because you just had to simplify everything in just one phrase, our day-to-day inconveniences. And now I just want to know, right, when does now stress become a mental health issue? As you said, it's just the day-to-day. At times you can be stressed by the fact that it's too hot, but obviously you can't control the weather, you can't control the sun, you can't control the heat, but maybe that will just stress you, and that's not like a very, very like serious stress. But now if we're talking about stress, are there different, or let me put it like this, are there different kinds of stresses?
There are definitely different kind of stresses. And I'll answer the first question that you mentioned, that you mentioned that when does it become a mental health illness?
Yes.
It becomes a mental health illness when you actually cannot do your day-to-day functioning. For example, you are now affected when it comes to work. You feel like you can no longer work. You can no longer understand the work you're doing. It is affecting your work, and at the same time, it just affects your interaction with other people, and all of that. So it affects your day-to-day functioning. For example, if you normally go out to the store and grab something, and now you can no longer do that, that's just part of what the question again was, when it affects your mental health. So that's where you can tell that now the stress is affecting my mental health. And now to come to the different
types of stress. There are different kinds of stress on their own levels. Acute stress, episodic acute stress, and chronic stress. Now, to explain them bit by bit, the acute stress would be just the kind of normal stress that you feel is just those negative thoughts that you have. It's often caused by reactive thinking. So it could be those negative thoughts of upcoming situations, events, or demands in the near future. So it's the first level of stress, the normal one. It's usually brief. It doesn't carry on. It's just
I could say it's just the normal kind of stress that we probably feel from time to
To
time.
time. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's the episodic acute stress, where this one, like there's triggers that trigger you with this one. There's triggers of the stress. So it's frequent triggers that pop up from time to time. So it happens like in episodes. It's your normal kind of stress, but this one happens in episodes. And these episodes are like caused by triggers of stress that you may be feeling. I hope I am explaining these well.
Trust me, you are explaining them well. I'm actually learning. I'm learning. And I know that not only am I the one who's going to learn a lot from this, even our listeners,
Mhm.
even, our subscribers are actually going to enjoy this because stress is something, as you said, it's part of our lives. So the way that you're
Yeah,
explaining it, trust me, is very proper. I just want you.
okay.
Okay, now we were talking about the periodic one,
The
right?
third, yes, the episodic,
One,
and
yeah.
I'm kind of done with that one. And then there's the chronic stress, which is the most harmful type of stress. No, chronic meaning that it's just continuous, it's forever there. So this happens like in a long period of time. It's when it develops when your stress isn't treated, when you are unable to cope with your stress, when you're unable to manage your acute stress, for example, or your episodic stress. It becomes chronic stress. So it will happen for the longest, like forever, because chronic means it's there and it's not going anywhere.
Anyway.
So it happens when you have your stress that hasn't been treated for a long period of time. And that's the worst you can ever go through because it affects you. It really, really leaves an impact and a visible one that we can all see. You could lose your mind, for example, which is your sense of awareness, your consciousness, and all of that. You can physically, you can just lose extreme amounts of weight, and everyone is just going to be wondering what is happening. Yet you're just stressed. Yeah, you're just stressed. So those are the three main types of stress.
So
And
sorry to cut you there. Actually, with the chronic stress, to our viewers and listeners out there, Melanie is not a doctor, so I don't know if maybe this question that I'm going to ask, is actually like something that she can answer. With the chronic stress, is it also something that can, as you were mentioning that physically, it can now be visible. I'm sure we know about people having a stroke,
yeah.
so can the chronic stress lead to illnesses like that, stroke, high blood pressure?
Yes, definitely. And not only with the chronic stress, but also with your acute and your episodic stress. It can cause your health problems, health complications. You can get high blood pressure, which then leads to a stroke, of course.
Yeah.
And then you can have heart disease. You can have obesity because we as we actually try to cope and manage in different ways. Someone may stop eating and lose the weight because there is loss of appetite. Someone may binge eat and eat a lot, which can cause obesity. And then you can get other illnesses like diabetes, anxiety, depression. It is a lot of health problems.
Because you touched on anxiety as well, I just want to, I'm sorry that maybe we're going to divert a bit, but is stress and anxiety actually like the same? Because you remember the other time when we were talking about just mental health and generally, and then we were touching on anxiety, and I mentioned that, at times people have made it seem as if anxiety or having an anxiety disorder is like everybody has it, because if you ask, I've got anxiety, I've got anxiety. So now I want to can you just explain to people, probably at times they use the word wrong, like I have anxiety and yet it is stress, if those two are the same or they're not the same.
Okay. Stress and anxiety are not the same. They are similar, but they are not the same. They do share similar symptoms, but they are not the same. So I just want to give a little differentiation.
Yeah.
If I
please
between
do.
the two.
Please do.
Okay, so with stress, it is usually caused by external factors.
Okay.
With stress.
Okay, when you say external factors, please break it down for us.
The difficult situations that you will be facing on your day-to-day living, those day-to-day inconveniences. For example, in your workplace, the pressure that you might be feeling in your workplace can give you stress. Yes. And then anxiety is like, it's a reaction. It's an overreaction to a situation. Yes. It's an overreaction to a situation. So, yes, that's why stress can lead to anxiety.
Okay, now stress can lead to anxiety. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The reason why I wanted this clarification is so that people out there can now know to use the proper words. You understand? Because we tend to abuse a lot of these words. Oh, I think I'm depressed, and yet you're not actually depressed. Probably it's just stress.
You're just sad.
Yeah, or you're sad.
Or you're just sad.
Yeah. So, I think we also need to learn how to use proper wordings in all this thing. Yeah, proper terms. So I think it's very good that we have these awareness things, I don't want to say awareness things, or should I say awareness programs that help us to know and learn more about mental health issues. So thank you for clarifying that. Honestly, thank you so much. So now we've touched on the types of stresses, right? So how can now one manage, the stress? If you stress, what is it that you would say a person should do?
Okay. To manage your stress, like it's not even so difficult. It's not something you would say that I need to go out of my way. The one thing that I can say is you need a counselor or you need a psychologist.
Okay.
That in life you just need. But besides that, you really need to take breaks and make time to unwind. Because it's stress is like caused by the difficult situations. So sometimes you just need to take a break, and it helps. And it helps your mind calm down. It helps even make the situation get calm, and you get back with a different perspective once you've taken a break and once you make time to unwind. Have activities in order, like do something, get busy with something else that's not stressing you, like for leisure.
Like what? Because I'm one person now. I just want to talk about myself. If a person says, okay, just try something new. Try read a book, and unwind. And for me, reading is an issue. Like reading like a book. Maybe after like a few pages, I'm like tired. You understand? I'm tired.
Yeah.
Probably another person would say watch a lot of things. But now, what if it happens? Remember, you spoke about triggers. What if now I'm watching
Yes.
something, and as I'm watching maybe that movie or that series, it maybe
You
relates on
triggered.
how I'm feeling, yes, and it triggers, you know? So, what other things would you actually suggest? Because now it's more like you have to try develop new hobbies, that can actually take your mind out of your situation. So, what would
Yeah.
you suggest?
As per individual from individual, we're so different. What works for you might not work for me. So I'm so happy to answer this question. There's so many things out there, besides the reading that you've mentioned or
Mm-hmm.
watching a series of movies, you could take a long walk, get
I
in
could.
touch with nature.
Sorry, please
Like
come again. You breaking a
you
bit.
could, oh, sorry, you could take long walks
Mm-hmm. Okay,
just
long.
to get in touch with nature. You take a long walk. You could go on a vacation, you know, on a vacation.
Honey,
You could.
vacation needs money, and my stress is
Now,
money.
that's the thing is, it depends on what is stressing you. Obviously, if your
Yeah.
financial state is stressing you, then a vacation is totally out of it. You'll just look for something else to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So, but it always helps that to even save up for a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Plan ahead of time. For these things, and like find something you like doing. If it's art and craft, then have a time where you just make a clay pot or something like that, or you paint. You get the canvas, you get paint brushes, you get your paint, and you paint something. If it's like going out for a drive, go out for a drive, listen to music, just something to help you relax and unwind, and just something else that you can do. Like, I really like doing this. I love hiking a lot.
Yeah.
So go on a hike.
I, I-
Go
I've
on
I've actually
a hike.
realized that one people now are getting so um what is this word? I don't want to use accustomed. I don't know if it would go, but let me just say, okay, are getting so okay, they are now willing to participate on things like hiking. Before, and I'm going to say this, I'm not trying to be racist to people out there. Most of the time, we people of color, we tend to say, no, these things are not for us, they are for white people.
Yeah.
No hiking, no, it's so white, it's not so me. But I am so glad that, now people of color have got to realize that these
Mhm.
things are actually so good, are actually so refreshing. I've hiked before.
It
At
is.
first, I never liked the idea because it was like, okay, really? Now I have to walk, and after walking, I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna burn. The sun's gonna burn me. Or things like that. I'm not.
Mhm.
Oh, is this some form of exercise? But the first time I hiked, I don't want to lie. I don't want. I think the first time I went on a hike, I had just. It was a day after. I think I had my therapy session with a psychologist the day before, which was on a Friday, and then Saturday,
Yeah.
we went hiking. You know, Still I was, contemplating like, I don't want to lie. I felt so refreshed, when getting
Yeah.
to where the point, I don't know what they call it, but the point where you end your hike and now you have to go back. The breeze,
Yes.
I felt like a
Yeah.
brand new person.
Mhm.
I felt like a brand new person. So I just wanted to say, guys, if you haven't tried on hiking, if you think it's not your thing, just try it. Because hiking,
Yes.
I think people, they mix it up with walking. Yeah, you're just walking,
Yeah.
but this is different. And also, if you're a person who loves nature, my psychologists used to say, at times when you're a person who has mental health issues, it is so good for you to try and connect also with nature, you know,
Nature,
around
yeah.
the trees, feel the breeze, and something, because when you're out there, hiking, all these polluted airs are not there because they are plants, they trees.
Yeah.
The air, it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, it's like you're just breathing
You
different
get enough
airs.
oxygen.
Yeah, so I'm so glad you touched on that. But please continue. Mention a few, things or new hobbies. You mentioned
Yes.
paintings, which is a good
Mm-hmm.
thing. Paint and um, walking as well. I don't know if as meditation, can meditation also be a good thing for a person who's got stress, to manage their stress?
It is. It is. End of like when we are wrapping up, I would love to teach you all a breathing technique you can use. So meditation really goes a long way because you
Oh,
get to clear your mind.
because before guys, Melanie joined me. I just went through, reading about stress, and I was seeing, there are bullet points that were mentioned on an article, how to practice stress reduction techniques. And she actually just said when we
Mhm.
are wrapping up, she's going to teach us that. And also, I did I did an individual stress test. I don't know if I don't know if our psychological counselor here would actually recommend people doing individual stress tests.
I would actually, as soon as you get the result,
Yeah,
it actually is okay, it's fine.
yeah.
However, as soon as you get the result you get, just know to check in with your psychological counselor or your psychologist,
Mm-hmm.
and just have it guided. But the best thing to do is just have it done by your psychometric psychologist or someone who is qualified in taking psychometrics. That would be the best thing. Because at
Best.
the end of the day, they'd actually be able to refer you, they'd be able to assist you compared to when you just do it on your own. It could
Mm-hmm.
even be a trigger on its own, and you might act out and you might even become more stressed. So, yeah.
Okay, okay. And before we wrap it up with the factors that can help us, the techniques that can help us, to
Mhm.
manage our stress. Um, not so long ago, was it last week or last 2 weeks, we spoke about alcoholism, remember?
Yeah.
And yeah, we spoke about alcoholism, and today we're talking about stress. And also during if you haven't checked it out, please go to our channel and check it out, the alcoholism awareness. I think we did mention stress, that people can drink through stress. So I just want you, just briefly explain the relation between stress and alcoholism.
Okay. One of the causes, it can go either way. One
Mm-hmm.
of the causes of alcoholism is stress because
Mm-hmm.
somebody might drink because, like, they self medicate because
Mm-hmm.
they cannot handle the difficult situation, they cannot handle the inconveniences that they're going through. So they tend to drink. Now, when the drinking becomes excessive, that's now alcoholism. So it is a cause of alcoholism. In that way, they are related.
Mm-hmm.
And also at the same time, because stress is just part of our day to day life,
Lives,
the
yes.
fact that you drink so much alcohol and you are addicted to it of some sort can also cause stress because at times the drinking will just become a habit that you want to stop, but unfortunately, it is difficult for you to stop, and that just stresses you out. So it can go both ways. That stress can cause you to be an alcoholic, and then being an alcoholic, stressed out, which is wow, it's mind blowing.
Wow. Well, I've learned so much, and I just want to, like, kind of like summarize what we have been discussing, for anybody who probably would just decide not to watch the full clip, but I recommend that you just watch and listen the full thing. We already touched, Melanie explained to us what is stress. She made us understand what is stress. She made us also understand how it affects us, the things that contribute and stress. She also, explained to us the different kinds of types of stresses. Is it stresses or stress?
It's stress.
Stress,
It's
yeah.
stress.
And I'm so glad, like, we have her all the time, to be here to help us understand. And people out there, please don't be shy to, contact ask questions if you feel like that. You people may want to ask questions. Before I wrap things up, before I end, I will just share you guys with our WhatsApp number, so that if there are people out there who feel like they would like to ask questions, it may not only be stress related, anything about mental health, anything about any content that we actually put out there, then you are gladly welcome to WhatsApp us. So before we wrap things up, Melanie wants to share with us some techniques, some techniques to reduce stress.
Yes. So it's just a breathing technique. It's something we take for granted. I'm always telling my patients and the clients I see that take a deep breath. When you have a little inconvenience, take a deep breath and just breathe in and breathe out. It can help a lot. A lot of us, we really take this breathing for granted. That breathing can help you. It can calm you down, honestly. So I will just let us know. And this can help with stress. This can help with anxiety that we may feel, and also with panic attacks, for those of us who get panic attacks. And it's only like a 5-minute exercise. You can go for long if you want to. And it's similar to meditation.
Okay.
Created in meditation.
Yes.
So, and you can make it part of the daily routine. The moment you or
wait, sorry, Melanie, you breaking, there. Can you go over?
sorry.
Yeah, can you go over it again?
Okay, I was mentioning it can be part of your daily routine. Something you can do in the morning. You can find time during the day that you can do that breathing in and breathing out technique. So this one, you do sitting, standing up, as long as you have.
You're breaking again.
Oh, my network is so bad. About that.
You're breaking. Okay.
Okay, you can do it standing up. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
You can do it standing up, sitting in a chair that supports your back, lying on a bed or on a yoga mat on the floor. So you just have to be in a very comfortable position, and don't wear tight clothes because you want to breathe. So, yeah, if you're laying down, place your place your arms a little bit away from your sides, just a little bit away from your body. Get your palms up. So your palms have to be up, not down. And also legs have to be straight if you're lying down.
Okay.
Then
you know what I want to ask? I don't know if maybe I can find a video like that, or if you could. Okay, we've lost Melanie there. but let us try and see if we can
The
get
network.
okay, yeah, network. Yeah, you back.
Yes. Sorry, the network is horrible.
Okay, yeah. I think now.
So, okay, so I can continue, right?
Yes.
Okay. And if you're sitting, you have to place your arms on the armchair. You have to be seated on an armchair. Or if you're not seated on an armchair, place your hands like on your knees, like on your lap, if I say. Yeah, on your lap with your palms up. And then make sure if you're sitting, feet, both of them are on the ground, flat on the ground, so there's no bending of your feet, like into the chair or anything like that. So now I'm going to start. Even right now, as I'm going through this, you can just take time to just do the breathing technique. So what going to do, you let breath flow as deep down into your belly as comfortable. You don't force it. Breathe in. And then try breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth.
There are times when we all experience feelings of stress or anxiety. In these moments, you can use your breath to help calm those feelings. Box breathing is a simple relaxation technique that can help you reset your breath and return to its normal rhythm. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Box breathing can help reduce stress and improve mood. It can also help with controlling and managing emotions. It's very easy to learn. Imagine breathing around a box. Inhale as you visualize going up one side of the box, gradually filling your lungs with air. When you reach the top, hold your breath for 1 to 5 seconds as you picture going across the top of the box. Exhale gradually as you imagine traveling down the other side of the box. Pause again for 1 to 5 seconds as you go along the bottom of the box. Then repeat. This can be done 7 to 10 times in a row, focusing on the breath. If you can do it sitting down with your feet grounded, that will help too. But really, it can be done anywhere. Box breathing has physiological and psychological benefits. Physiologically, it regulates breath, increases oxygen to the lungs, and can help reduce blood pressure and lower heart rate. Box breathing can help psychologically by providing focus to your breath and removing attention from the things that are causing feelings of stress and anxiety. The repetition of box breathing can also help reduce stress. So, in moments when feelings of stress and anxiety are overwhelming, remember box breathing and the power of your breath as a simple way to relax and breathe a bit easier.
Thank you so much. So we'll just, even instructions can be, please, if you're able to do that, you can please put up the instructions as well on the page on just the breathing exercise so that people can also maybe follow instruction. If they can't watch the video, but please make sure to watch the video. Yeah. They can still follow the instructions.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Melanie. You've really help me, and I know you also have helped others, understand this better. This is your work field, and surely it shows that you have a
Mm-hmm.
passion for mental health. So what is it that you would, your last words for people out there, for them how to deal with stress, especially these days. People are stressed by a lot of things,
Okay.
yeah, but
Yeah.
what advice, or what kind words would you give to them, people dealing with stress right
Okay.
now?
Yeah, thank you for that. I would just like to say that your health matters.
Mm-hmm.
So take it easy. Take it easy. Your health matters. I know we sometimes have pending situations. We sometimes are going through the most, but your health matters. So take it easy and really find the best ways for you to cope with your stress, for you to manage your stress. Because at the end of the day, there's only one life you have, and there's only one you there will ever be.
Mm.
So take care of your health and take it easy.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Melanie. Well, Melanie will continue and join me, for mental
Yeah.
health issues. We are in the month of May, so we are definitely also going to bring you guys mental health awarenesses that are actually recognized on the month of May. Melanie, it was so lovely to have you.
Thank you so much. It is always so great to be here and to just be speaking to all of you guys out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melanie. Till next time, then.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Okay, guys, this is still Catch the Waves with Afia yet for Tech Online TV. And if you haven't subscribed, please make sure that you do subscribe. And on the line, it was Melanie Imana Fonseca, who is a psychological counselor. And if you guys have comments, questions, or anything that is related to mental health issues, matters that have to do with health and diet, Foritech Online TV is bringing everything that you guys need. So don't be scared to, hit us up. You can email us, and also you can text us on WhatsApp, and our WhatsApp number is 078 063 7971. We will also make sure that we pin it down so that you guys can never miss out on anything that you want to ask us any time of the day. Well, thank you for, joining me in this within this educative program. I hope that, whatever that we discussed today is going to help not only me, but also you. Let us also learn to be kind to others so that we can be able to be a generation that is mentally health free. So from me, your girl Afia, it's a TTFN. Tata for now.